chance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
Right at the 50-yard line. This one caught by Crowder. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down. Play action, now it's Daniels. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Down the sideline he goes.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Defense.
So call off the pick 6.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
Motion man is Crowder. Off the play fake, Daniels.
And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now their versatile running back, here's Austin Eckler.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Well, not exactly the way that they drew it up, partner, but certainly not going to complain because the end result, touchdown.
A great outcome for the offensive side, but a crushing play defensively. You make a quick stop, force a fumble, only to see them take the fumble all the way in for 6 points. Now the challenge becomes not getting down and going out and continuing to make plays and hoping the ball bounces your way the next time.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Getting to the ball that time was Jeremy Chinn.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
124 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They need 2. Here's third down.
In motion, the tight end. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got a man complete. That goes as a gain of 37 on third down.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Now 2nd and 9.
Prescott.
Now back foot throw there is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Well, took a real chance with that one, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the fourth down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on fourth down.
And the Commanders come through with a fourth down stand. The Commanders offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And that will force a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on fourth down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about.
So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. This is caught.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it. Throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are on defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
He'll try again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. For the lead, here's third and goal.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Quan Martin. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Throwing now is Daniels.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 Fs for a rookie quarterback.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. CeeDee Lamb is intended target,
but it'll be second and goal.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Here's Prescott.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
Buying time to his left.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And Prescott, his third interception. Across midfield.
And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well,
Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there. Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6
declined.
points. Seibert on for the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he returns this to the 22. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Now Prescott.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Now Daniels.
Being chased out left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates.
And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown.
Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the Commanders going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts.
That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniels going to try and throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more. They continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see them kick the extra point there than to go for two, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get two. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your...
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And this is going to be caught. So add two more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
So from the 26-yard line, here's second down and 5. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Hands it off out of the gun.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Fourth down, Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
So now Washington will again go for 2.
They'll look to throw. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Quan Martin.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other side, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they'll get him down here at about the 42.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late for.
It got his man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes has a way of catching up with you.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Prescott now. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season, but on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Good night, everybody.